the white trash maniac, Ron Mathis. And the thing about me is I don't talk trash. I am trash. And speaking of talking, listen to my favorite wrestler, Bobby Blaze, on the Bell to Bell podcast.
Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.
Yes, we got Jake the Snake Roberts coming in at number 4. And, you know, Jake just had that big, long, lean look to him. One hell of a performer. The thing about Jake Roberts, he never wasted a move because of his psychology. Mm-hmm. So when he come to the ring and had that snake, he was in the business for years, before he went to Vince, and they introduced the snake and went on a big stage with it, if you will. But he just had it ring psychology that when he could look at you, he could have the bag over his shoulder, he could have the snake out. But that was one of those things, kind of like we talked about with the belt, he knew how to get over, and it scared the shit out of people. You'd see kids backing away from the guardrails if you were at a show or if you saw it on TV or what have you. People were legitimately scared of Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple. It's like making love, man. I mean, you want to take somebody and start a match. Your match starts when you walk out the dressing room. It doesn't start once the bell rings. It's already started. It's the way you present yourself. It's the way your character is portrayed. It's the way that you walk, the way that you breathe, the way that you smile. Everything that you do is a part of it. And that's what happens today is most people are doing the big things, but nobody does the little things. A wrestling match should be, to me, it's like making love, man. Hopefully you don't start off with a big shot and it's over and smoke your cigarette and then try to have a match because it's done. You want to take these people on that roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster, man, with its ups and downs and in-betweens. It's level time, it's down time, then back to the peak and explode this damn thing and make it happen, man. It's basically like an orgasm, man. You want to pop that nut at the last, folks. That's key.
You're talking about the psychology and him looking at other wrestlers, but he would hold eye contact with the camera while doing an interview.
Oh yeah.
That made you, the viewer at home, and squirm because you're just like, dude, why are you looking at me like that?
I am a snake. Expect the very worst for me. Expect the unexpected.
He had a way of speaking that was just so precise. His voice and everything was just so perfect for what he was doing.
I will own you, not just your body, but your soul.
Yeah, he used the right words at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Great interview skills.
And I get excited, especially when someone upsets me.
You're right, there was no wasted motion in anything he did. Everything was simple. Now, did he actually create the DDT?
Because I can control this sport with one move, DDT.
Well, this is what I heard, and Ron Starr told me that he introduced it when he was out in Kansas City, and I don't know if that's true or not because, everyone steals from everyone.
Sure, yeah.
But I know when we were in Canada, Ron was up there, and Jake was, still in WWF at the time, and he liked Jake and everything. It's just that he said, and he was talking about how good it was getting over. Really, he was putting him over. He said, "Yeah, I come up the DDT out in Kansas City."
Chemicals are the sinister and little recognized partners of radiation in changing the very nature of the world, the very nature of its life. These sprays, dusts, and aerosols are now applied almost universally to farms, gardens, forests, and homes. Can anyone believe it is possible to lay down such a barrage of poisons on the surface of the earth without making it unfit for all life? They should not be called insecticides, but biocides.
As far as I know, though, Jake was the one that took it obviously on a national level because he had worked in so many different territories, had that skill level, and of course he had been in WCW before that, or NWA or what have you, before he went to with the big production with Snake and everything, like I said, with WWF. So yeah, I mean, most people probably going to say Jake the Snake Roberts, but you could probably hear Joe Smo down the street. That's the 80-year-old guy bitching saying I'm the original Dr. X and I invented a fucking DDT, and Ron Starr stole it from me and Jake Roberts stole it from him. Who knows? It's one of those things that everyone borrows from everyone. So I think Jake is the most over.
Oregon, all over the Northwest as a grappler, and they also know me as Lenny Denton, okay?
Oh, we've had
so
all
this is
that.
what I look like, Jake Roberts. I know you know, okay? So when I'm serious, it's the only time I take this mask off, okay? Me and you got a lot of history together, right?
We do, man.
A lot of history.
Right.
Up and down this highway, all over the country, all over the world.
Yeah.
Okay? But Jake Roberts, I am getting sick and tired of hearing you go, hey, don't believe the grappler, that clumsy grappler. He fell down and landed on his head, and he says he invented the DDT. And he knows sitting there well as I do that I'm the man that invented the DDT.
He invented half of it.
Okay.
The part that when you go in your head, that was his part.
Yeah?
That's the reason he's 5'9".
Well, Nick...
It's in the summer down south in Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's 110 in the shade. Matter of fact, I lost about 30 pounds that summer. But me and Jake is in the ring in Lake Charles, a big house. It's hot as heck. And we're working the front face lock, and we're both sweating like heck. And then here we go. And every time I do a high spot, I'd come back and say, get the front face lock, and he'd work me down to the mat. Back then, you could wrestle for 30, 40 minutes if people were interested in the wrestling match. It wasn't like, can you suplex the guy 12 more times and hit him with 3 chairs and then pin him with a schoolboy? It wasn't like that. It was totally different the way we wrestled. But anyhow, so when I was doing one of these big spots, we're sweating. I turned and Jake went to front face lock at me, and we tripped over each other's feet, and we both went collapsed to the mat, head first, bam, and he's on top. And that's the first DDT I think was ever done. Wham, down we went, and the people, you could hear the whole crowd go, whoa. And I told Jake, it didn't even hurt. I said, Jake, I mean, it stung me a little bit, but it wasn't like nothing major knocked me out. And I go, Jake, did you hear that crowd again? He said, just do it again. And the next time, he slapped me on the back real hard, like Wrestling 2 used to do with his knee lift, and it popped, and the people really come unglued. And after that, we did about probably a week around the loop. And then I told Jake, we talked about it at TV. I said, you need to save that for a finish on TV. He did, and he named it the DDT. And he says he invented it. Well, I think I had something to do with it, fellas. I was the guy getting my brains drove in the mat.
We talked about the incident with Ricky Steamboat right on the concrete. Jake didn't want to do it to him. Even trying to protect someone doing that move, you could be hurt, man. And
absolutely.
Jake knew how to do it. The setup with the short arm clothesline, hook you, go back to what you said about that look into the camera, look into the fans, whatever it is, and then snap it down on you, and that's it, man. It's lights out. You know, that's scary right there.
Yeah. Well, the DDT is the perfect bump finisher because it can come at any time.
Oh,
and, yeah. You know, you could be getting your ass whipped and accidentally DDT a guy, and it's done. It's a one-shot kill. Everything's done.
Yep.
The way he delivered it, his setup and everything were just perfect. But Jake the Snake is scary.
Yeah.
Just chillingly so. And ruthless. And the DDT was a perfect move for him. And I remember seeing, you're right, kids in the crowd would back up from the gate when he walked by. You know, he was just a chilling villain. I don't know that making him a face was ever a good idea, because I remember it killed him for me. I was just like, why, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it helped him, that's for sure. I mean, he still got over, but not like he did as a heel.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, there is an apocryphal story that they were going to run a program with him versus Hulk Hogan when he was still a heel.
Right.
And the crowd was booing Hogan and cheering Jake. And so Hogan just said, nope, no more of that shit.
Yeah.
You
I've
know?
heard a couple different versions of that. What happened with, I guess his run was up next with Ultimate Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming up. Jake was going to come up next, and that's when that kind of took place, I guess, with Hogan. I don't know what the whole details are, but Jake talks about it on Name Your Poison or whatever, that DVD. Talks about, you know, just sometimes luck not on his side, you know, bad timing or whatever. But yeah, I guess he could have had a good run with Hogan and made a shitload of money. I guarantee that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And Hogan says, no deal, huh? Not with someone out there cheering for the other guy.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm calling it apocryphal because it's not like I heard it firsthand from somebody who knew.
Right.
But I've heard it 10 million times from a bunch of different people.
Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.